Hello, this time we're gonna make a Redis implementation in our web application as a cache to store our data. So Redis is an open source BSD license in memory data structure store used as a database, cache, or a message broker. It supports structures such as strings, hashes, lists, sets, sorted sets with range queries, bitmaps, hyperlocks, geospatial indexes with Redis queries and streams. Redis has built-in replication, LUA scripting, LRU eviction transactions and different levels of on this persistence and provides high availability via Redis Sentinel and automatic partitioning with Redis cluster. So Redis is an open source BSD licensed in memory data structure store used as database, cache, and message broker. It supports data structures such as strings, hashes, lists, sets, sorted sets with range queries, bitmaps, hyperlock locks, geospatial indexes with Redis queries and streams. Redis has built-in replication, Lua scripting, and LRU eviction transactions and different levels of on this persistence, and provides high availability via Redis Sentinel and automatic partitioning with Redis cluster. So basically, Redis is an app used as a database, but we store our data in memory, but not in our disk drive. So it will be very expensive if we load data in Redis. So the use case of Redis cache technology is used in when the scenario is like this. When you want to load data in our app, but the data is too much. So you need to access a database and then you load it and send it back to your application. It will take so much time. So we need use cache as a temporary database for faster access. Now, first we gonna install Redis first. So go to redis.io web. This is the official web of Redis. And then we go to the download. I recommend you to download the Docker version of Redis because if you use this, you don't need to setting anymore in-app setting. It when you run it, you can use it. So you just click this download button, and you will get redirected to Docker web to install this Redis. Next, we're gonna download run setting for Redis. We get it from GitHub of Programmer Zaman Now from Belajar Redis. Now we done download the Belajar Redis master packages from Programmer Zaman Now. Now we open this Redis file and we get this Docker compose.yaml file. So we try to open it. Visual Studio. Right here, we got this Docker setting. If we run this, so when we add this file to Docker application, it will get this setting and it will automatically add it to our Docker. So we only need to add this Redis setting to our Docker. First, open a command prompt. Add here, add the file. Now, we only need use command docker compose -f and then our file name docker strip compose.yaml, and then we call up to turn it on, and then -d to tell it runs in the background. Use enter, and then the docker will and the Redis will be installed to your Docker application. If you got this error, docker compose is an invalid command, you can install Docker desktop application first. You can just install it from the official website. Just download it from here and install it as usual. And then after we install this, just restart your computer once, so the Docker will be final installed to your computer, and the command of Docker compose can be used. Now our Redis is done add to our Docker. we're gonna check in our Docker application by getting it here. Docker, open the dashboard. From my command prompt, it tells that I already has the Redis in our Docker, so it's only just start it up. In my Docker application, look, the Redis application is running, so now it can be used. So now if we want to interact with the Redis application directly from the command line interface, we can use this command docker container, and then we open the container and then we execute the min it means interactive, and then the application called Redis, and then we execute the script in bin sh. So it will run a Docker PowerShell in our command prompt. After this, we can open our Redis CLI by command Redis CLI min h, and then we tell what application we are using that has a Redis service. For example, with www.example.com, but I host this Redis application in the local host, so I only call the local host. Now we got the local host 6379. Now we can interact with our Redis just like this, music, and then blah blah blah. Now our Redis is ready to use, so we need to install a Redis client in our backend application. In this tutorial, our backend is using a Golang, so we need an add-on to connect our backend application to the Redis using the Redis client. The application is called Go Redis. Now we need to install our Redis client in our backend. So we use Golang backend. We need to install a Go Redis application in our Golang backend. So this is the Go Redis GitHub. If you want to install this, try to open the documentation and example. So this is the web for Redis. So just follow the tutorial in here. First, we need to install Go Redis in our Golang application. Just copy this command and then run it in our backend. Now in our backend, we can copy the link that we copied back then. Then we install it here. Now after we finish install the Redis in our backend, first we need to modify our grep resolver. So we go to resolver.go here, and then we give it a Redis client. So Redis.client. Okay. Now in our resolver, it can connect to a Redis client. Then in our server.go, we copy this code to connect to Redis database. Just copy it, and then we add the code in our server.go. And now, because in our resolver.go there's an attribute of Redis client, now we add the attribute with this. Now we search for our resolver and then we add RDB is our RDB, and also in here. Now, after we add the RDB in our resolver, now in every resolver function, we can call the RDB attribute. So for example, in our video resolver.go, and I will use this Redis service in my get video by category. First, we're gonna check if our Redis is containing our data first. So we check it by using RDB, RDB dot. We use get command like in command prompt. We use in function like this. Then set context, we pass the ctx context from the function. There's a ctx context, and then we place the key. So the key here is, so we want to get the videos by category. So we need to place the data of the video by category. So the key is each category like this. And then, okay, we need to initialize it first. And then after we get the key, and then we call the result. And then we validate if the error is not null. It means that there is an error in the process. Then we check if the error is equals to redis dot nil. Then this error is means that in our redis we get the key, but the value of the key is nil. Then we just do the query to our DB like this. We got our video by category. And then we set in our Redis. Next, after we got our query result, we need to, and then we call it out, and then error. We need to make an object of these videos to JSON, because Redis data structure is they only store string. So we need to store this object into, we need to convert this object into a string. So we use JSON dot. We need to parse it into a string type. So we use function Marshall. Then Marshall videos. And then if on Marshall process there is an error, we can set an error message like this: errors dot new error on Marshall, like this. Oh, sorry, the error message can't be capital letter. And then we process the out if there is no error. The out here is a JSON type, so we use error equals to rdb r.rdb dot. So if you want to insert data into a Redis, we use set command ctx, and then the key string is our category, and then what value we need to insert is out string, and then our database destination.
In Redis, the database is represented by number. So it starts from 0. So the default database is 0, and then next database is 1, and then 2, and then 3, and etc.
And then the value of expiration is 0. Then we get the error. If error is not null, so there's an error, just return nil, and then errors dot new, and we call this an error on set to Redis of this. After we set the data on Redis like this, we just need to return the query result first, then nil like this. This is the condition when if in our Redis there is no value in it or there's an error. So if we get the category, if we get the value from the Redis, we can simply use the file value here. Here we just need to unmarshal the value, because this value type is JSON string type. So we need to convert back it into a object type. So we use error equals to JSON dot unmarshal, So it means that we convert back from string to object, and then we get the byte value of val by string, and then we place the interface where we place our file value, file byte value by videos like this. And then if there's an error, just validate it. If error is not equals nil, we need to return the errors message called error on unmerged. And then we just return the videos value if there is no errors, like that. Then if there's an else, sorry, in Golang there's an error because the placement of else. And just like this. Okay. And then, oh, we don't need to return videos like here. Okay, finish. So we're gonna try it in our playground. Just start the server. Oh, I sorry, I forgot that in our category variable is an integer. It needs to be a string, sorry. So we need to make it a string from category name string, the type string. And then we need to validate if category equals, we use switch case. So first we make a switch case here, switch. We're gonna check our category value. If the case is case 1, and then the category name is equals games, just like that. We can also if case 2, and then first I fill the case value first, case 2, then we done making a switch case for our category name. So if 1 is music and 2 is game and etc., then we're gonna get the Redis value by the category name. This. Okay, done. We're gonna run our server. Okay, it's running. And we're gonna check it in our application. And now this is the web that using the Redis service. Now we get to the music section, and we got all the music section here. And then if we click the sport, and we click back to the music, now we got this result from the Redis. If you want to check, just open the Redis, and then we say get music. This is our music value, and then back then when I get sport, we get sport 1, and like this we get from the Redis. Thank you for the. Now our backend is connected to the Redis client, so we can connect it every time we call the resolver. So after we done making a Redis client for our backend, I have a few questions to make you guys have more insight of Redis. The first one is, what is a pub sub Redis feature, and what are the Redis command besides get, set, and del, and the function of it?